All right, man. So let me start by saying, first of all, bro, thank you for taking the time to do this interview, man. I know
Oh,
you man of
man,
many
really
hats.
appreciate
For
that.
sure.
Really appreciate
For
that.
sure. I know you're a man of many hats. You got a lot of shit going on.
I lost your sound now. Hello?
Okay, I'm back.
Hello?
I'm back.
Okay,
But I was saying, yeah,
okay, cool.
I know you're a man of many hats, bro. So thank you so much for jumping on this live, man, and doing this interview with me, first of all. Second of
Appreciate the
all,
opportunity.
he's the
I'm
producer.
here.
He's the artist. If you ever seen him perform, you know he's a fucking super performer. Shit, man,
Appreciate
he's just
that.
an all-around musician, man. A H-Town legend, been around for a long time, been doing this shit for a long time. And I'm just letting y'all know all these things so that y'all can understand why he has the context and the right to speak on some of the things we're gonna talk about today. All right.
Really
But I'm gonna let him give
appreciate
y'all
that.
more of the story and kind of explain who he is, where he come from, and then we're gonna get into some of the things that we actually came here to talk about. So
Right.
just to start, I want to ask this question first because a lot of people think you are from Houston, but they don't know you're not even actually from Houston. You came here and then started your career here. But where are you originally from,
Right.
bro?
I'm originally from Memphis,
Right.
Tennessee. I was born in Mississippi, but we moved. My mom moved me to Memphis when I was about 1.5. So once I got there, I was there till I was 17, and going
Right.
back and forth, you know, cause all my family there.
Did you move from Memphis straight to Houston?
Straight to Houston. Straight to Houston
So,
in 1981.
so man, you've been a part of some legendary projects. You've been in touch with some legendary people. How did you get your start with music once you actually got to Houston?
Well, shouts out to my old man who taught me my first song. You know what I'm saying? And when from when I got to Houston, I was already boiling to wanna do music, you know,
Right.
from winning talent shows at Booker T. Washington. Shout out to my alma mater, Booker T. Washington. I also called high school in Memphis. Shout out to them. But I was already, you know, ready to do music. By the When I first got here, I was still, you know, trying to do music, and ended up, you know, winning a few talent shows, and you know, doing rainbow skating ring, dancing and stuff. We had dance groups that was like games back then. It was
Right.
weird. We'll win, and then we'll have to fight after we
Right.
leave. But we was like, you know, it was shout out to the Santana boys, and so I got with a young cat of mine under me named Chili. Everybody know him, Edward Bars out of Acres Home, because Acres Home is where I landed when I got here.
Gotcha.
And me and the guy named Henry Smith I went to school with, and we created Jhiame and the Sex Symbols. And we did our first record in 1985 when I was 19.
That's dope, man.
Played on the radio. After that, it was our record, which was one of the first. Matter of fact, it's on the desk of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, getting analyzed to see if we can be considered the first rap slow song R&B song
Hey,
before
congrats.
Special Treat and all them. Yeah,
So,
Special Treat too. Special Treat came out to us. Those are people that should have been in the 50th anniversary
for
too.
sure.
You know, people that we would. I could say it was like 5 of us who came out with
Right.
records during that time.
Right.
Yeah, we are the foundation
So,
of.
I'm a hip hop head, man. So I
Right.
go whenever I listen to hip hop. I'm younger. I'm only 33,
Oh,
but I go way back,
that's
bro.
a blessing.
I go back to
I'm
the
glad to
beginning.
be interviewed by
For
you. I'm glad to
sure.
be
Appreciate
interviewed
you,
by
man.
you. Yeah.
But
Yes, and your generation.
thank you, man. One of the
Yeah.
things that I wanted to ask because so first thing I want to say is I remember hearing about you before I saw you perform. You know,
Right. Right.
because you were a legend in H-Town. People, when they talk about SUC, you one of the people they bring up, so on and so forth. But then I
I appreciate it.
remember being able to see you perform.
Right.
And that solidified a lot of shit for me inside my mind. For one,
Right.
it told me this is what a legend's supposed to look like on stage.
Right.
Bruh,
Appreciate that.
you was chill, you was relaxed, but nigga, when you got on stage, that shit turned on, bro. I'm talking about the moves were synchronized, the notes was on point. And I'm saying to myself, bro, this is what the fuck a Houston legend supposed to look like when he graced the fucking stage.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I started to go back and just started to dig and just do more research on you, on SUC, on how y'all came about. And I want to go into that next.
Right.
The legacy that y'all have created in Houston, man, is worldwide now. Kids all over the world imitate y'all, from y'all sound to the way y'all dressed to the things y'all drank and the shit y'all did back then. You know what I'm saying?
Right. See, y'all, you know what you're talking about. Go ahead.
For sure. But can you give us an idea of how SU for the people who not from Houston, because I got people who listen to me from all over, how SUC, young black men on the south side of Houston, came together and started something, and then how you came from outside of Memphis and found your spot in that organization.
Well, I can't run to that until I actually give shout out to Rap a Lot for my contribution over there, and they allowing me to get that name that allows Screw to even follow me even more. But after my first record, Screw became my fan first. This is from his mind, and Pokey them knew that, and Hawk. That's how Hawk them knew who I was, by Screw having my record or putting my album on his fireplace and stuff like that. So I was already known by Screw to be, he was calling me a legend during my first album, So what happened from there is, once I seen that, I was over at Rap a Lot, few things didn't go, the way I thought it should be going. So I've tried to find my niche just doing the R&B, because I did a lot of R&B hip hop production. I ended up doing a demo for a group that just had changed their name from Girl Times, which is y'all know them as Destiny Child. And I doing different artists, and Code 3 had got a deal because of one of my hits, and ended up going to LA doing work out there. But when I came back, I was already, hearing about the Screw tape. Matter of fact, the only Screw album I ever bought was 3 in the morning at that time. It was like I went crazy. I said, now they are showing us how this can work in radio, how it can go to another level. When I heard Pimp Pen and all this stuff, and Solo really showed me as a producer how to take that sound to the radio, because he had swinging and banging and all that. He was a young producer. And so as I was trying to find my niche, and change over into a producer more than an artist, I told lots of friends of mine, lots of big producers who was doing Ice Cube and crazy, see them doing New York Method Man remixes and all kind of stuff. I told them, I'm finna go over here to these boys. That boy Screw over there with some boys, and they the coming of H-Town sound, because if you realize, before Screw them, our culture wasn't really burst out there. Like, of course, Ghetto Boys did their thing, and everybody did their thing. But what I liked it about the Screwed Up clique was that the fact that they was actually rapping Screw, like the culture, exact culture of what we do here. You know what I'm saying? And by me being from Memphis, growing up around my father at Stax Records, meeting Mr. Al Green and Isaac Hayes and people like that, I knew that they was singing stuff that came from their culture of Memphis, even the sound, church sound with the blues sound. So I knew that works. So when I seen that they was doing that, I was getting laughed at. I mean, Marvin and the Southern Fried them will tell you this story, you know, because everybody, you know, certain people so quick to call you a lie, man, about the game, but I never lied about nothing in the game or music. But you know, they was laughing at me. They were like, "Man, you going over to them dude that screwed up stuff?" I said, "Man, I'm telling you, they next."
Right.
So when I went and I started doing more rap, I would get Kiki, get ESG, even Slim. You know, when Slim came later, I put them on records of mine just to try to get into that zone. And then finally, I was on the road. We was in Bryan College Station, and Cino, who I used to jam his stuff on the block selling
Right.
insurance. If you get my drill,
For sure.
I used to jam Botany like, and I'm in Northside. I'm in Acres Home, right?
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? On the
Right.
block playing Southside
Right.
music. Back then, that was detrimental to your health if
Right.
you was a coward, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But they said,
Mm-hmm.
"Man, the boy be jamming, don't?" I said, "Yeah." So I was elated to go up to him, and he had a big show in Bryan College Station. Shout out to C Note, free C Note, feel me? But he was like, I said, "Man, I would love to work with you." And he said, "Hey man," he said, "cause I seen him way in," and he said, "Man, yeah, cause you known for the remake." Just like Pat
Yeah.
told me, I was supposed to do. I did a remake right before Pat died. We never did. I never did even get to. He had told me what he wanted. I never did get a chance to, you know, to give it to him. Cause 2-3 days later he passed. But I I went to see him. She said, "Man, I need this song," and it's like some all over your face. I say, "Oh, you talking about Rude Boy, you know,
Yeah.
written all over your face." He said,
Yep.
"Yeah, but I want to say diamonds all in your
That's
face."
what
And I said,
jazz.
"Yeah, man." I told him I'd do the beat for free. That's another thing young producers need or beat makers need to learn.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes get in where you fit in by all means necessary. And me coming from the north, I figured like it would be a problem, you know, telling them what hood I'm from in Houston
Right.
and, you know, whatever. But I did the song, put my group on it, which was called Deep Threat. It was very hard to get them on it because at the time a lot of R&B artists didn't want to get on rap stuff, you know, and so they got on it, did the demo, went to them, and that was the birth of Diamonds All in Your Face. And once I did Diamonds All in Your Face remake, then everybody started wanting, you know, a certain remake from me, and that's how I ended up in the Screwed Up Click, and later becoming a member.
Mm. So one thing I want to touch on just for the people who don't understand the history of Houston or the culture of Houston, and one thing that I think
Mm-hmm.
is very interesting that we kind of skip over here, that beef between the South Side and North Side was real back then, huh?
It
And
was very real, very real.
clear
So
something up
real,
for
I
me for the
didn't say
people
I
my
was from the
age,
north side.
because we
Huh?
know about it,
Right.
but we have like different rumors and misconceptions about it. Is it true that it started because somebody stole Screw car or the rims on
It,
Screw car?
it's there are so many reasons that started that I hate when people put like one
Right.
uh reason or one situation. It was a lot of cars being blamed on the Acres Home cats for stealing their cars and stuff
Gotcha.
like that. It wasn't just Screw. It was several situations of that being some they would say that Northside cats do because Northside cats, you know, they hustle, they grab a ride. Now
They
you know
still
what I'm
do.
saying, but yeah, they still
Them niggas
they
still
called
wild
it
as hell.
clanking. I wasn't in stealing. I was in, you know, pharmaceutical. But it was known for that, and so cats did plagiar. You know, I call it plagiarism. They played like, you know, they brain and whip over the
Right.
north side, preferably like even in the parking lot of Chocolate Town, which was the biggest club in
Right.
Texas back then. Shout out to rest in peace, my man Marco Polo, DJ Marco Polo, and Lonnie Mack. But anyway, that was some of the situation, but it was also you know, the usual nigga, you from the north side, you know, you said come over the south side to get them, you know, mostly in babes, and you know, you going to mess with them gals out there, or you go come over to Acres Home in north side and mess with them gals. You had an issue, so it wasn't just cars, and it was just all out beef. Like Memphis,
Gotcha.
north side don't like south side, south side don't like
Okay.
us, north side. And that still happens to the day in Memphis. But
I just want to
I
clear
was
that up
getting to it.
because I don't know if you remember, even in the Screw movie that they dropped, the little dude from Cali dropped, they tried to make it
Right.
seem like somebody stole his car or something like that. So I just want to fact check that because
Yeah.
I've heard different things from different people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
it was a lot of different stuff, man. It wasn't
so,
just, you know, car stealing. Come
yeah.
on, man. You know, you know. You
But
go to even if you from Acres Home and you go to Phil Ward to see a little Fiji, that's a problem. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So
yeah.
that's the way
Still
it
to this
was.
day, if they don't know
To
you,
this
they're gonna
day.
check you. That's in any hood
Yeah, they're
though. You
gonna
know what I'm saying?
check it.
They want to know who
Right,
the
right,
outside is.
right, right,
But
right.
so now that we kind of got that introduction out the way, man, y'all understand how significant this man has been in Houston culture. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
understand that he is tied to one of the greatest Houston groups to ever grace the hip hop game. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I want to go into some of the things that have been said by you, by other Houston legends, by other upcoming Houston artists who have established
Mm-hmm.
themselves. We recently had a big concert in Houston to celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip hop. They
Mm-hmm.
had acts like Lotto, Jack Harlow, Two
Mm-hmm.
Chains, instead of
Mm-hmm.
artists like Jhiame Sinatra,
Mm-hmm.
Propane, DJ
Mm-hmm.
Toes, people,
Mm-hmm.
Bun B,
Yeah.
GA of the Black Monks, people who
Mm-hmm.
have established the culture in Houston and are steady building the culture. And I just
Right.
want to ask, as somebody who has really put in the work, somebody who was around when they didn't even respect us down here, and now
Right.
to see where
Right.
we are, how did it
Right.
feel to not be included in something so significant in the city?
Well, I can only say this, you know, when they had the 50th anniversary, even in with us throwing it as having a panel and all that situation, when you go by, when you see that we don't respect our, you know, culture and our head,
Right,
our forerunners,
right,
when you
rest
see
in peace.
that. So anybody else come in from ATL or wherever, they'll disrespect it because true, they don't know because
Yeah,
y'all ain't, you know, it's we have rap books that came out about Houston rap
right,
that was not
nope,
correct. You know, people not doing the right research. That's been a problem. So that was the initial problem, you know, not having the right researchers to research and talk to the right people. If you're gonna ask about Houston hip hop culture, the first thing that you don't just go to Jay, who is my big brother, who I love and respect and honor. He respect me and honor me, and I respect him as well.
right,
But you don't just go to Jay. It's way other
right,
people who was in the trenches of it. Jay's a busy man. He was doing a
right,
lot of other things to, you know, that made rap a lot, even few rap a lot.
right,
So he was a busy man. But it was cats like me, cats like, oh, you know, you could ask Raw Flush people, or you could ask at the time when, you know, before the demise of Rick Raw, it was people like us, Craig, Class C, even
facts.
Willie D. He know that the beginning of the situation.
Yeah,
So you could ask people like us and you would get the right information. And Wicked Cricket, God rest his soul, you could have had the right information of how this thing really jumped off.
yeah,
But they weren't asking us, you know, they looking at either favoritism. I ain't gonna even say favoritism on that position. What they look at is how much money you have now to make
yeah,
it look like you didn't make no money, or
yeah.
you wasn't the one that helped build so we can make the bread.
Mhm.
It's ridiculous how they think. Like in New York, Cool Herc, hey man, they told that story about Cool Herc. Not only did they tell a story, they told him a
Yeah,
benefit. Cause he back in them days, we wasn't making that kind of money.
yeah,
But we built the foundation. So
facts.
now y'all can make this kind of money.
Yeah,
You know, and none. It seems like this is what it seems to me, and this is my opinion. But I got almost 40 years in this game in H-Town, so I pretty much have been around the block with it. So it seems to me everybody like it's like they take from the game, but it's no giving back in the game. It's giving back into jewelry, cars, house. I got a big house. I'm a boss. You could be a boss, but if nobody else made money, like if you rich and nobody else that worked with you was rich, something went wrong. You know what I'm saying? So when you're not giving back into the game, there's no museum being done. There's no artists getting together and saying, let's do a museum about the music of Houston. It's like in Memphis, my daddy, Leon Banks, Mr. Leon Banks, I call him Mr. Leon Banks, that's my dad. I want, for the respect for those who ever say it. Mr. Leon Banks and Denise LaSalle and Ali and Albert King and people of those natures, even Johnny Taylor, he was living in. They got together and they did a benefit for those OGs who was doing music when it wasn't happening, and now they sick or whatever. They and old people. They built housing for them. They did major things for the music game. You don't have that here. You don't have. You have cats giving out backpacks to the kids, and notebooks and all that. That's good. Kids got everything. I don't know a kid right now that don't have nothing. But it's no giving back to the business that actually perpetuates you where you are in this city. That's just the way it is. And we have to stop that. We have to stop not giving back into the game. I'm not saying giving nobody anything, but at least acknowledging when it was people who went before you. My OG Wicked Cricket, was going through sickness, no help, no love, no benefit, you know what I'm saying, for him by artists who came through his rankings to become what they are.
That
Fuck you, you know what I'm saying? That's not good.
How you saying so many things that I've thought about the industry in this city. From the DJs and promoters who just prey on the hope of these young artists. Constantly taking but never giving back.
Never giving
take and never give back. From them riding on the back of y'all success, there would be nothing. A lot of these artists without an SUC.
Well, now
you're not giving them back. Building a museum, getting the street, and these to monument this group that pushed us forward in the hierarchy of hip hop, bro. But it's like nobody respects the history of the culture.
Now you can kind of see why I wasn't asked to come to the panel of that 50th anniversary of hip hop, for Houston, because I'm a straight shooter. I tell it like it is. I don't hold back. I let you know, but I do have ethics. I was raised right. There was, it was no reason. I hate to say this. I come from a place where really we don't intertwine with our Caucasian brothers like we should have, or we should be. But in Houston, I've got quite a few Caucasian brothers. But I can say Rice University, who is is considered a predominantly Caucasian college.
For sure.
They did it better than we did. On the 25th anniversary, they had several panels, and the first panel, I was on it. Captain Jack was on it. The first rap artist off of Rap-A-Lot. People don't even know that history. He was on it. Willie D, my partner in music, Crime for Life, and my brother, my real brother, Chili Sauce. He was there, Chili. Def Jam Blaster, Wicked Cricket, my OG, was there. And if you go back to that video, you will see that we was there, Jay, Chief, and they did it right. That was the right way to do it. Let's start from the first crew of people that put out records.
And second was
was you know, A-Ball J
MJG, MJG.
MJG was there. 8 was Bun,
Right.
you know. Then the next panel was Screwed Up Click, and you know, and Slim Thug. I was supposed to be on those too. But yeah, I'm really supposed to be on all of them because I've non-stop
Contributed to
did
all that
music
shit.
for almost 40 years. So it was just beautiful. But then they do this one, and it hurts my heart when I see it. I'm not an angry person about
For sure.
my situation. I'm more angry that Lil Troy wasn't put in there. You know, Lil Troy, he, you know, Short Star
Right.
Records been around. You wouldn't have Scarface if Lil Troy hadn't to deal with he
Right.
done. So here we are, and I'm seeing these. I see one of my favorite nephews, Kurt Cobain there behind
Right.
me there.
Right.
And then I have to ask, with all the ones that's OGs that was there, why didn't nobody look around and say, man, what Jhiame is?
Right.
You know, it's a devastating blow to know that, you know, you got people who know who you are. Bun been knowing who I am ever since Track Design Studios. We was bumping each other time. You know, I got y'all get out of my time. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard. It hurt. It hits. It's a
It
blow.
does,
You
man.
know, to look at that and see
That happened
people being picked over. You know,
because
and the
this is
favoritism.
what you've based, you know, like you said, you got 40 years in this game, bro. That's
Right.
a lifetime of
Almost
work.
40. Two
You know
more
what I'm saying?
years. Well, a year and a few months. It'll be 40. Yep.
Right. That is literally a
That's
lifetime
right.
of work. So for you
Right.
to spend your whole lifetime contributing to the elevation of the city as far as hip hop
Right.
goes, and then not to
Right.
even get your flowers,
Right.
this is a golden anniversary. This is not like this some shit we do every year. This is the 50th
Right.
fucking anniversary. How the
50
fuck y'all
years.
not gonna invite me when I contributed to him? Most of the people in here, I had something to do
Yep.
with their success, or
Right.
at least the development of who
It,
they are now as an artist.
right.
And
Right.
that's crazy. But
I'm
like you
the first
said,
man. I'm the
Rice
first man to.
is not something impossible because Rice did it. So
Yeah.
let me ask you this: why that's still fresh in our mind? Because I don't want to drag the interview too long because I still gotta take it to the other
Cool.
But who do you think is responsible? More than likely, the people who organized the concert at Rice weren't even actually in media. They were probably media students or the head of a
Right.
club. So why is
Right.
it that when 97.9 or these other big promotion companies do something to honor the city, why can't they get it right? Like, who do you think is responsible for the fact that we are not properly building on the success of our predecessors as far as hip hop in Houston?
I'm gonna say this. There are gatekeepers now in Houston. It wasn't at first, but there are gatekeepers now. Uh, I have inside knowledge of, you know, who you know made, you know, the you know, the hey Hyman, nah,
Uh,
woo woo, nah, Lil Truck, Papa Root,
uh,
nah, you know what I'm saying? I have inside knowledge, but I won't dispose
right,
that right now as of
right,
yet
right, right.
because I have to confirm everything that I learned. But the problem, if you really want to know the basis of the problem, it's some ATL type shit. I hate to do it like that, but pimp, you know, that's my dog,
Right.
he my people.
Uh-huh.
It's that favoritism, which Houston ain't been like that. Like Houston wasn't ain't on that favoritism. They like it,
Right.
they like it, they like it, they like it. I had a dude
That's
walk up to me, I don't
right.
like you nigga, but you make some jamming music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Houston ain't never been that. You know what I'm saying? So now you got these cats bringing that ATL type mentality. Let's keep these cats out and let's keep this cat. Oh, that nigga took my gal back then. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna let
Petty
him
ass
else.
shit.
Little petty whole shit, little
Man.
gal ass shit. I'm
Right.
a man. I
Right.
don't, you know, I could not like you, man, and make you a smash record. We can walk outside at the studio, be mad at each other, whoop each other. You can whoop me, and I go back in that studio and work with
Right.
you. like I supposed to
Facts.
make this hit record.
Facts.
It's all about the art. It's all about the culture,
Facts.
and then it's about the money with me.
Facts.
So when you see the favoritism, cause ain't nobody people, Little Troy shouldn't have not been
Yep.
left out of that at
That's
all.
crazy. That shit
Balling,
is
I
crazy.
want to be a baller is the reason why Houston culture is all
It's
over
the
the
anthem.
world right now.
That's the fucking anthem, man.
So know that when I found out Troy didn't go, and I'm telling you, I've been in music
Right.
before Troy, but when I found out that he didn't go, he didn't get invited, I didn't even feel bad no more.
Right.
I was like,
They
this was
bullshitting.
trash.
Right.
This is how you do that. How you do that.
I would like to
So
know who has the audacity to say somebody like a Lil Troy can't be on the stage with me. That's crazy,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. Who are you?
Like you, I'm originally
Who
from
are you?
Chicago, but
Who are you to change
we knew
legacy?
"Want to Be a Baller" before I even got down there. I was like 9, 10
Right.
years old singing that song in the shop.
That's what I'm saying.
So
That's what I'm saying.
that shit blows my mind. Like, I would love to know, like, who feel like they have the audacity to say, nah, he had a smash record that's put Houston on the map worldwide. We're not gonna book him. Nah, not him. Like, what?
No, but that's people that holler out for the culture, but
Right.
really for the money and for the
Yeah,
prestige.
dog.
A lot of them don't even want me to open up for them because I'm not. I'm. This is what I am for
Yeah.
real. Like I didn't not play foot. I did not make it in football or basketball or something like that and become this. This is what I am for real. So it's a favoritism shit that got to be depleted. I'm not finna lie down and let people do that. I get
Right.
calls. I get texts in my DM. Jhiame, we know your legacy. Just you looking like a mad old man. Let me tell you something. I pray y'all get there. I'm 58 Savage. I
Right.
mean what I say, and I
I
say what
mean,
I mean. That
facts.
was some bullshit. And I don't care if you
Hey,
think I'm mad. This is my life. I put almost 40 years of my life in this shit.
facts.
You do something for 40 years and people snub you. See what the hell. And it
Hey,
ain't
bro,
my
that's a
people.
lifetime of work, bro.
The street people like you with these great podcasts. Thank y'all. Thank you awesome
So, bro.
for giving me the opportunity. You are the first. But I'm just saying the people is not the problem. The people who love me, the people I don't have but 6,000 followers on Instagram, but I got 1 million in the music
Facts.
game that love my music.
Facts.
Over millions.
Facts.
So I'm not it ain't the people. It's the people that's at the helm that's got the opportunities to really open the city up and help the city grow even more. We got OG cats with new songs, with new H-Town classic styles, and they don't get played. They don't get love. We got the young cats. They doing their thing, and even some of them ain't getting
Hella
the
talent.
love like they supposed to. So those gatekeepers must be
For
removed,
sure.
or they need to rechannel their thinking and stop trying to take up all the space and stop worrying about somebody taking your
Space.
shine. Your
Man.
talent is your talent. My talent is my
Facts.
talent. We got to stop the bullshit, man. That's why Houston is up and
Yep.
down in the game.
Yep.
Up, come up a little bit, go back down. Why? Because of that type of operations of how we favoritism people in the
Facts.
game. And that's an Atlanta thing, and that won't be tolerated in H-Town.
And it's to the point to where we have become so stagnated because of that thinking, bro. Because if you think about it, no other coast is doing that shit, man. It's
Right,
only the
right,
South.
right,
The
right,
West
right.
Coast, Snoop told y'all Kendrick was next.
No,
The
no. They put
East
up
Coast, Ye told y'all who was next. But
right,
us,
right.
it's like
Well,
our legends don't want to make room for the young. It's like they intimidated by the younger cats. But somebody got to take the torch.
well,
Y'all can't be on the tour on tour for 2 years no more. You know what I'm saying? They got to be these young,
well,
energetic cats.
this what I want to say to that. New York would never. It works both ways. either the OGs saying, nah, man, woo woo to these young cats. And those are cats, a lot of them cats is cats that really didn't make it back when we was making it. And a lot of them cats on that. On the young cats, it's on that. You too old to be rapping shit. That's bullshit.
Right.
Uh, we can't get about that. You'll never walk up. You'll probably get knocked in your head by one of the young niggas. You walk up in New York and tell,
Jay-Z, he
Run
can't rap
DMC,
no more.
you too old to be rapping, or
Right.
tell even Jay-Z is of age.
Right.
Tell Jay-Z you too old to be rapping. We got to get off that shit too. What we need to do, we got enough room. There are older people that like OG shit and young shit, and there are younger people who like young people shit and OG shit. So look, give everybody a platform.
It's
We don't need to be
everybody.
arguing amongst ourselves. Give everybody a shot. We do a show, you do a showcase, put some OGs on there so they can show some of these young cats how to perform. That's what I'm seeing the lack of. And then the young cats put some young cats on them so it can show the OGs, hey man, get on some of this stuff. Come be on some of them features with the young cats, like they do in ATL with Too Short and what's the boy name? Lil Jon. Did the song together. Revitalize Too Short career, and then it made OG people listen to some of Lil Jon shit. You see what I'm saying? That's the way to do it, bro. All this back and forth and bullshit like that, we got other people trying to stop us, bro. We need to be worried about just running over these cats.
Facts.
Hey man, let's get in there together. Now all that back and forth with the OG and young G, come on. It's hip hop, bro.
There's two things I have to say about that. The first thing, the stupidest shit I hear people say is you're too old to rap. Hip hop is only 50 years old. How the fuck would you know if I'm too old to rap if something is only 50 years old? You haven't even been around to know the age limit that people stop doing this. Our rappers that really got mainstream in our generation are still 40 and 50. Before that, rap was really mostly underground other than Run DMC, so on and so forth. So for you to say, this is such a young art form. For you to say somebody is too old to be doing it is such an idiotic thing to say. And then the second thing, I would love to see the OGs and the young cats come together, just like you said. And the way to do that is just simply features, making some money together. They have to stop being intimidated by the young energy, the young fan base they bring, and the young cats got to get out of this idea of I know everything. Because y'all motherfuckers don't. Especially when it comes to business. There's a lot y'all can learn from the OGs. When it comes to stage presence, there's a lot y'all can learn from this man alone. So we got to start building off each other, man, and just get back to loving on each other, bro. I feel like the divide between the older generation and the younger generation in Houston is so large, bro. I remember being at the SUC concert and just being like backstage after everything calmed down, and like niggas were literally on opposite sides. The older the cats in Houston, the SUC cats was over here, and then all the younger cats who are popping enough to be backstage were over here. Nobody was really intermingling like that. You hardly ever see Propane and Kiki at a game together just kicking it. Why? Y'all got two Houston legends. That's so much game to get this young dude. He can be so significant for our city. But you never see, it just never happens. And if we want to reclaim our spot to where we're at the forefront of hip hop, bro, it's just something that we got to do. It's something we got to do.
I mean, you have to look at it this way too. I'm always be a singer first. Whether I rap, sing or whatever, I'm always be a singer first. And I used to watch, people like BB King and Muddy Waters, doing the Blues Fest, and different people like that. I even got a chance to even see, and not personally meet, but stand not too far from Elvis Presley and people like that. And they was old people. They got up in age, and they still was doing it. So I tell people this all the time. I ain't gonna stop till the casket drop. You ain't gonna make me stop. But it's imperative that you understand that if you live and get older, you will be one of those old cats. And guess what? I hope to this day that you don't stop what you love doing and
Facts.
continue to have passion for it. You
Facts.
know, so I don't, you can make it at 80 in the music
Yep.
business. I promise you.
Yep.
And then what defunks that is the biggest drill group that's got the most what you call go viral all the time is Pete and Biles.
Hmm.
Pete is about 70 something,
Yep.
and Biles is about 84, 85.
Yep.
And they got one of the hottest drill rapping groups. You can go check them out.
Mm-hmm.
And they old as hell, can out rap some of the youngest cats I've ever seen.
Yep.
So at the end of the day, it ain't an age
Never,
thing, bro. It's
bro.
not an age thing. It's a love of music.
Yep.
Music is universal,
Yep.
and it spans all ages, bro. So
Yep.
when we get to talking about ages and you too old to be rapping, to me that's a hater who
Yep.
who his dream stopped or her dream stopped,
Mm-hmm.
and now they want to see your dream stop. You should always have a dream, and
Yep.
you should always try to live your dreams.
Yep.
You know
I
what I'm
don't
saying?
even
So
think those are people whose dreams stop. I believe it's the people who say stupid shit like that are people who never had a dream. Because it's so
right,
easy to criticize somebody when you never been out on that motherfucking ledge yourself and took a chance at
right,
being scrutinized, took a
right,
chance at
right,
with your own money, took a chance of leaving your job to go chase something that's so important and that you love so much that you are willing to do that. A lot of
right,
people never take those chances, bro. We are a rare few artists. We
right.
are a very special kind of people. But
Well, just
go ahead.
imagine this though. Just imagine this. Just imagine going to your girlfriend house who you really want to see yourself married to her one day. You 16, 17 years old when you really cut for this person. And you got to tell her mama in 1985, 84, 82, 80, 80,
Right.
83, that what your goal is. My goal is to be a recording artist
Hmm.
in
At that
Houston.
at that time,
Ain't
that shit was so
no,
crazy.
ain't no record making place
Right.
here. Yes, it is, ma'am. No, no, it ain't. What you? Hey, don't bring him to my house no more. He dreaming. Understand? I noticed that. Now you say in
Right.
Houston because of cats like
Right.
me, because of cats like Little J,
Yep.
because of Little Troy, because of LA rapper who did the first rap single in Houston, which played on the radio, McGregor Park,
Mm-hmm.
from all us. Now you can say in Houston, what you trying to be? Well, I'm gonna be a rapper, I'm gonna be a
Right.
producer. They say, oh
Exactly.
yeah, you can do that. Cause Paul Wall them, they started it, or this person started. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why you need to know the history,
Yeah.
man. That's why you need to know what's going on.
That's why you need to know the history. That's why you need to soak up
Right,
this game from these OGs, man. While they're
right.
accessible, you know what I'm saying? You need to soak up this
Yeah.
game. You need to get everything that you can from them. Ask questions about stage presence, man. Ask questions about the
Fox,
business.
I like to
Utilize
say Fox.
these dudes,
I,
man. They're here.
I like to I like to say this. Fox just said, or they too scared to live their dreams. Thank you, sweetie.
Mm,
Too scared to live their dreams. Some
facts.
of them is they too scared to actually throw their rounds out there
Yep.
and make something happen. A lot of them is like that
Yep.
too. And they get upset when other people have that. Ain't nothing worse than a failed rapper, I feel like at times. I just got attacked by one.
Man.
Ain't nothing worse than that.
Yeah.
When they fail rapper and then they had this platform where they can talk about you
Ooh.
and try to discredit what the hell we doing.
Right.
Or we too old for this, or you ought to get your old butt off the stage dancing around. I mean, I'm gonna dance till I die. You
Nigga,
better not
that's the
touch
state. That's
me.
what you're supposed to be up
They
there
better
doing.
not
That's
touch
how
me.
you
You
know
can
they love.
talk all day, but I dance. I love to dance.
And
Matter
good.
of fact, I didn't have to bring 80 racks to the club to impress a girl. All I had to do was
Nice.
dance. Didn't cost me nothing. I live good
Facts.
with them. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
you might want to
Different
dance.
times though, bro. Different times. These young niggas ain't got no G. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap up the interview, man, with a segment that I call the good game giver. And
Okay.
this is something that I do with my OGs or my young homies who I just know got something on their brain and they got the capacity to give good game. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you a statement with a blank at the end. And I
Okay.
know you very opinionated, very articulate. So I'm looking forward to seeing your answers. So just put whatever
Okay.
you feel like is appropriate in the blank. So the first
Okay.
one is rappers these days are what, in your opinion?
Rappers these days are missing the very essence of why we do this.
Mm, man, what?
The very essence.
Yeah, bro.
Your very essence of why you should be doing this. One, I mean, as of my very essence is, I want to live forever,
Facts.
and that's what music does.
Yeah.
You can live
What?
forever.
Logic.
You feel me?
Yeah.
You can live forever. When I'm gone, and I salute y'all, and I'm out of here, about 20, 30, 40 years from now, somebody may be jamming, knocking pictures off the wall.
Yeah.
Diamonds all in your face.
Yeah.
Heart is pitting in the look.
Yeah.
Roll up a blunt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Cleanup man with me on the hook.
Yeah.
Or watch the video of me performing with Power Wall swinging in the rain.
Facts.
Or 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 actually loving the fact that that I did a song called Original Mac Daddy with Raheem, which I would consider the Curtis Blow of Houston, first rapper that ever got a real major deal with a label.